Good afternoon, YouTube. Try to make a quick video on this Navigator before the rain hits. We got some storms that'll be hitting us here in a few. I got this thing, gosh, about a year ago, I think, maybe a little less. I think I gave $1,000 for this thing. I actually drove it here, ran and drove fine. Needed a front end alignment pretty bad, but as far as motor, transmission, they're in pretty perfect condition. The question is this a parts vehicle or is this one that can be fixed? I'm kind of on the fence because yes, realistically I can do all the work. I can fix those seats because I think other than this piece here, there's no other foam missing on any of these cushions. The leather's all tore up on the bottoms, but that's easy to fix. I've done it before. The hole right there. Put some new upholstery on this and these seats will be perfect. I could probably do it for about 200 bucks. But the seats are just one of many problems. The backs are perfect. It's kind of crazy. Both seat backs are actually in outstanding condition. It's just the bottoms are all ripped up. Door panels will probably have to be replaced. I've never fixed these door panels that are covered in material and foam. I know people that have, and it don't look too hard, but I think for the price of door panels, they seem to pop up in the junkyard pretty frequently. Just getting new ones. Steering wheel's in good shape. You normally see these things all ate up and destroyed, but that's actually pretty good. Typical Navigator dashboard, missing the clock, held together with tape, missing the vent. These Navigator dashes, these first gen ones, they're just not very durable. I see these things in the junkyard all the time looking exactly like this. Yeah, you see the power windows held up with a piece of wood there on that side. And this is the worst of the back seat. You know, it's crazy. It's like with a Navigator, it's either feast or famine. They either look horrible in the back or they look mint. The first set of Navigator seats I bought for one of my F-150s to swap out had a perfect set of seats. I mean, just beautiful. And ever since then, all the ones I've seen in the junkyard just look terrible. Door panels look pretty good. All the trim is in place, kind of banged up, but it's all here. I think the carpet can be cleaned. It's really hard to call it until you get the seats out and you start working on it. Because like the green truck next door, I thought that carpet could be cleaned and we were better off. We found actually another one at the junkyard and we did better cleaning that one. Headliner is good for the most part, except right there in the back corner. It's coming down there. That's really the only spot. Overhead console's missing a door. I actually got another one right there. Found that one in the junkyard just laying out in the dirt. So someone did the work to remove it and don't know why, but I got it. The body work on the vehicle, driver's side is pretty good. No major impact or anything like that. Both of these windows here, the catch or whatever that holds them is come unglued, so both those windows do not latch. Around the back looks pretty good. Then we get to the passenger side, and here's where it gets a little sketchy. I think it got hit in the corner back here. I haven't pulled that bumper cover off to see what kind of sheet metal damage there is, but you can see there's obviously been an impact there. And the passenger front door. Now I think that can mostly be pulled out. You'll have some wrinkles, it's not going to be perfect, but it took a hit there. Running board is just all busted up on this side. Got some missing trim down on the bottom. Same thing here on this window. The catch that holds it is unglued. It does have these weird aftermarket wheels I've never seen. I would love to find a set, just a set of the original Navigator wheels. Another view. Headlights and grill are pretty good. Front bumper is all kind of sketchy. I don't know. I've never looked for one of these trims. I'm sure they're available. It might be just a junkyard part. Who knows? The cargo area in the back right now is full of parts from the green truck. I said, yeah, that's all the parts that we decided not to use out of the green truck that we ended up replacing. So we're kind of using it for storage. We replaced all the seat belt, the rear door panels. That's the rear seats right there. Steering wheel. These are actually 03 F-150 pillar trims. You don't see those every day in the junkyard, and I went ahead and grabbed them. But yeah, it's part storage back here for now until I figure out what I'm gonna do with this Navigator. Like I said, it does run and drive. It needs a front end alignment. Once you get above 60 miles an hour, it don't stay straight for nothing. Pop the hood. Let's take another look. I think the carpet, that's one of the worst spots right there. I think the carpet can be cleaned. Oh, and the smell in there, yeah, just, it smells pretty bad. It was used for construction, so they smoked in it, and then there's all kind of other smells in there too. So hopefully all that comes out when you clean it. Hood struts don't work, but it is a twin cam motor with the 4R100 transmission, and this motor ran great. Now the battery went dead, and it triggered the aftermarket alarm, so now it won't start even with a jumper on it. So I got to figure out that aftermarket alarm. It's not a shining example of meticulous maintenance, I will admit. The battery cables leave a lot to be desired. They removed the PCM harness bracket for some reason and left the engine and transmission harnesses just sitting there. It didn't damage it. The engine still runs and drives fine. Coolant is all nasty and brown. I've already looked at that. But it does run. Runs quite well, actually. Go ahead and shut this. Okay. Anyway, so what do y'all think? Is it a fixer or is it parts? And if I did fix it, I would probably drive it for a while. I'm not the world's best when it comes to selling off vehicles, I'll admit. I tend to hang on to them for a long time. So would you fix it or would you just part it out? And if I did part it out, most of the parts would actually go into this truck, because this truck actually has a Navigator motor in it already underneath that tarp. It's about to rain. I don't want to pull all that apart, but yeah, we just dropped the another Navigator motor in 4R100 into this truck just this past week. We haven't hooked anything up yet, but you know, there's stuff like the transmission cooler lines, shift cable. There's a lot of miscellaneous stuff I don't have that I need that this vehicle, this Navigator, could provide. But should I take apart a perfectly running and driving vehicle to do that? What do y'all think?